It's about to get a little messy in here. Hi guys, it's me, your girl Slim here, and welcome back to my channel. Now it is the month of May, and prom season is here. I took a poll on Instagram, and it was people got to choose between the first time I got cheated on or my prom disaster. Y'all chose the prom disaster. Y'all messy. Here is a little story time about how much of a disaster prom was for me. All right, let's get started. During my senior year, I was interested in this boy. We will name him David. For the sake of this video and everything else, I am changing his name. If you know who he is, please do not say his name in the comment section. Just let it be. Background story to David and I don't know, I think it was senior year, and it was like people were in relationships or people had like a boo thing or whatever. I was like, dang, you know, I'm kind of bored. I wish, you know, I kind of had someone or something going on. And I remember someone pointed, oh, he's kind of cute. And I was like, okay. But anyways, he played soccer, and I was like, oh my God, that's cool. He's a soccer player. I'm a cheerleader. This is meant to be. It's crazy. So upon starting to get to know David, I started actually kind of liking him a little bit more and more. But now that I'm like older and I look back at it, I think I actually was interested in David more than he was interested in me. You know, actually, I knew that at the time, but I just didn't want to admit it. And I think everybody else and their mama knew it at the time, but they weren't trying to tell me. But like, I knew, they knew, we all knew. But anyways, I also say that because David was interested in another girl. Now it wasn't like a huge secret that, why am I smiling? I don't know, why am I smiling so hard? But it wasn't a secret that David was into this other girl, and we're gonna call this girl Becky. Now the thing about Becky is that Becky was into a guy, and we're gonna name him Devin. I was actually kind of cool with Devin, just like I was actually kind of cool with Becky. So it's not like we all hung around in one friend group, but we were actually like cool with each other, you know, say hi, say bye. We would have conversations here and there. It was nothing serious, but it wasn't like just a casual associate, but we were, you know, all kind of cool. To recap, I liked David, but David liked Becky, and Becky loved herself some Devon. Of course, I wanted to go to prom with David. And of course, Becky wanted to go to prom with Devon. Did that happen? No. Devin necessarily didn't want to go with Becky, even though they kind of had a thing going on at the time too, and everybody knew it, but Devin didn't want to go to prom with Becky. So I heard that Becky didn't really have any other options for prom. So Becky heard that David wanted to ask her to prom, and that was, I guess you could say, her default. At the time, there was another boy, we're gonna name him George. At the time, George was also a soccer player. He played on the team with David, and they were actually pretty cool. George, at the time, I didn't even know. Someone told me, but I'm not sure like the truth behind it. George had like a bit of a crush on me, but I didn't see George that way, and he asked me to prom, but I said no because I was really hopeful that David would ask me to prom. Because it wasn't like, even though I liked David and David didn't like me as much as he liked Becky, him and I were actually talking, getting to know each other, and like he would say certain things that would make me believe that there was something, you know, down the road between him and I. When I heard that Devin didn't ask Becky to prom and that David wanted to ask Becky to prom, I was like, girl, you ain't going to prom with David because David don't even really like you like that, and Becky is available. One day I was sitting in class and my friend comes in and she goes, oh my gosh, did you hear? And I was like, hear what, girl? She pulls out her phone, and I think it was either a video or a picture. It was basically showcasing how David did one of those cute little things. I forgot what it was. He either did something with her car or balloons or something, but he basically asked Becky to prom in like one of those cute prom ways. Like sometimes guys will do posters, or sometimes guys will do balloons, or you know how they'll do like special things to ask the girls to prom. And that's what my friend showed me, and I was just like, your girl was hella bummed out. I was sad. I was just like, I want to go to prom with David, but David don't want to go to prom with me. I, acted like I didn't care. I was like, whatever. If he wants to go to prom with her, he can go to prom with her. Although I was prideful, I'm not gonna lie, I was petty. And I was just like, maybe I should go to prom with Devin. But then I was just like, that's honestly doing the most. And I was like, Devin ain't got time to worry about all that drama anyways. I don't have time to worry about that drama anyways. It was just kind of awkward because Becky knew that I liked David. David knew that I liked him and I wanted to go to prom with him. But it was like this whole triangle weird stuff happening and it was awkward. And we didn't really speak about it. So it was kind of like, yeah, I guess it is what it is. So, me not having a date, I went back to George. But unfortunately, he already had a prom date lined up. And, he wasn't going to leave her for me. I was the one who said no to him in the first place. Because I was so caught up in like David and stuff. David's old funky self and all that stuff. Needless to say, at that point, I was dateless. And then fortunately, I guess kind of somebody came through and was like, hey, there's this guy who used to come to our school and he was kind of a friend of a friend within our friend group and he wanted to come to our prom. So basically I ended up having him as my date and I paid for his ticket and he was supposed to pay me back, but he didn't. And do I hold a grudge? No. So besides the dilemma with who I wanted to take to prom, I got my dress very last minute. I did not like the way my hair turned out. And I feel like my makeup almost kind of washed out my skin color because I feel like I kind of look a little lighter. If I have a picture, I will insert it in this video, but I feel like I definitely could have looked better. I think I was young and I was like, I'm gonna go for like this sexy look and it was not sexy. At the actual prom, I 200% ignored my date and he was actually getting very irritated and he was getting mad at me. Like I didn't dance with him. I didn't even speak to him. It was like, I honestly should have just went to prom by myself. Now that I think about it, I should have been, that girl who was a strong, independent high schooler and just gone to prom by my dang self. But I didn't. But I should have gone to prom by myself now that I think about it. And I was just all over the place. I was just dancing. I was talking to other people. I was just having a good time. There was a moment where David and I were actually, dancing together and it was like a fast song and I was getting it because I love music and I love to dance and I love to be extra and stuff like that. And then as soon as the fast song ended, a slow song came on. It was so awkward. So him and I started dancing to the slow song and I kid you not even 3 seconds, not even a millisecond, and he goes, I should probably go and find my date. Boy. So when he said that, I was like kind of awkward and I was kind of pissed. And at this point, because all that I've said with the drama, with the date happened earlier on, like a couple months before prom. So everything that I've said about, the whole drama about the whole dating dilemma happened a couple months before. And so cut to prom, David and I were at the place where he told me he was like, he really didn't like Becky as much, or like he really didn't feel for Becky the way he felt before. And he was like more so into me. So when he said that he should probably go find his date, I was salty, I was pissed, I was like, whatever. And you're probably thinking, okay, if he said he was into you, why did he still go to prom with Becky? Honey, I have the same question too. And I asked him that. I was like, well, if you like me and you don't like Becky anymore, why would you go to prom with Becky? And he was just like, well, I already got my tux, she already got her dress, everything's already sorted out. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So he went to go find his date and I was just, running around chilling again, whatever. The school had like an after prom party and the majority of us went. So we changed out of our prom clothes and I got into like shorts and a shirt and like some sandals or whatever. Still had on my makeup, my hair was still done, whatever. Imagine this, like teenagers who were just hot and sweaty and grinding on each other and stuff, had like a lot of adrenaline, all that energy still running through our veins, you know, everybody's still feeling very social. We're at this after prom party, right? David was there at the after prom party alongside with Becky and Devin, and like other people were there too. I think Devin was there, I'm not too sure. I was annoyed with David, so I wasn't paying David any attention, and David was actually frustrated because I think he said something to me, and then I was just like, well, I'm just hanging out with everybody else or whatever. And so during this after prom party, and I never told anyone this until now, there were two guys that kept like and this would happen at separate times throughout the after prom party. They would flirt with me, and I'm not saying like they would flirt with me, you know, I was looking like a snack or whatever, because believe me honey, in high school I was I didn't think I was that cute, like mind you, these two had girlfriends and they were exclusive with them, and I was just not about that life. I was like that was happening. And then after a while, a group of friends and I decided to just go back to a friend's house, you know, decompress and then just go to sleep. And that's what happened with my prom. Anyways, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I was a hot mess in high school, but don't act like you wasn't a hot mess in high school either. I just want to say that when I took the poll for whether I should tell a story time about me getting cheated on or prom, David, Becky, and Devin actually clicked the poll for prom. So I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. This is my version of the truth, and it was just a hot mess. It was a hot mess. But seriously, subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And as always, guys, have a blessed day and thank you very much.